Two-Shed Scabby here. I am here to begin a 2-box hunt of nickels. With the hopes of finding a couple of silver ones and maybe even a couple of 2024s. That would be great. It'd be fun to get buffalo nickels and all that too, but let's just get started and see what we find. Here's an only interesting ender that I found. I don't know exactly what to make of that. Probably didn't come from the mint that way, but I don't know. We'll get it open and take another look at it. I do believe somebody just wore that fella down. Not quite so bad on the other side. I've gone through 6 rolls now, and I've got a feeling I'm not going to get any 2024s in this first box. The newest one I have seen is a 2021. I have found a bunch of 2021s, nothing newer. The sad thing is I haven't found anything older than the 60s. You know, I also hoard the 1959s and older. Nothing. It's all been from 61 to 2021 so far. Well, the very, very next roll, I did at least find an older one. This one's a 1951. Looks like a Philadelphia there. Well, there's one older one anyway. Let's see if this roll has anything. Did you see 2021? 2021. I didn't find a silver in the last box. I'd sure like to find one in this box. Well, I tell you, folks, I am now in the 14th row, and here is the second keeper I found. This one is a 1948. It is also a Philadelphia. Well, and still nothing newer than a 1921, so I'm assuming that's when this box was filled. Wonder why it has just now surfaced. It'd be okay if there was just some more older stuff. Now here in the 18th row, I find my third keeper, 1941. And that's neat, 41S. I'll have to look in my books, see if I've got all those. Cool. Still, folks, the newest one is a 2021, so I'm quite positive that's when this box was filled, in 2021. It still could give up a Wartime silver, and I would be very appreciative of that. Oh, there's a 47. Philadelphia. Well, there's 4. Took back coins to a couple of banks today, and I just the last week or two I haven't done very good in the coin returns. I was getting real constant. Like this one bank I went to, I found stuff every time. Again, not today. The other one I went to, when you open up the lid and you put the coins in, they had not checked to make sure they'd fallen down through the grooves. So I did find 28 cents there, a quarter and 3 pennies. So I just knocked them on in and added it to my account. In the 20th row, I found a 1956. So that's 5 keepers so far. This one is Denver. The 21st roll. Here it is. All right. 1942, Philadelphia. Wartime silver. That's what we're talking about right there. A little worn, but that's okay. Love finding these guys. Makes the box worthwhile right there. Cool beans. Well, let's go back. Oh, what's that? Oh, 1938? It sure is. Philadelphia. Oh, that's cool. That's the very first the very, very first Jefferson nickel that came off the press. Right there. Right there, folks. 24th roll, and what do you think that is? Oh, man, who would have expected that? Another Philadelphia, 1945. Oh, cool. I'm talking with my buddy right now in West Virginia. Me and him compare what we find and stuff all the time. I'm going to have to send him a picture right away. We're talking about the geodes. I just put up the video about the geode that I busted open with a sledgehammer, and I'm talking with him about picking up a pile saw. I think I'll pick up in the next week or less and cut a few of them open. I think it'd be neater maybe to do that. Boy, I tell you, 2 silvers in one box, I don't find that very often these days. And I'm not even halfway through it. It's not impossible for another one to show up. But I tell you what I think is impossible. That's a 2024, seeing as how this box was sealed in 2021. A 2009 wouldn't hurt my feelings. The last row in the first half. Here's a 1939, but it's pretty rough. Philadelphia. But I have to say, the good coins have come on pretty nicely after the 20th row or so. So let's see if it keeps up. Here's a 56. Groovy. Anything else? Well, here's what I found in the first 10 rolls in the second half. A 2000 Canadian nickel. Another one of those worn down like I found on the Ender. Another one of them. A 1956 that I'll keep. D. A 1959 D. And a 1942 that's not silver. Shall we proceed? Here is the 11th row, and we have a 1941. Philadelphia. Oh, here's probably the next geode I'm going to cut in half. Isn't that wild looking? It's pretty weird looking stuff. I can't wait to see what the inside looks like. I'm going to go get me a tile saw and see if I can cut it in half instead of busting it. Moving on. Oh, there's a 1940. 1940 Philadelphia. That's pretty nice. Nice coin. Look what I just stumbled on. Reckon it has a date. Pretty warning back here. Nope. Oh, it's so close. Man. It's just so hard to say. Pretty cool. That's pretty worn. 17 maybe? No. I don't know. Those are fun to find. My wife and I made a fire. We've got so many sticks and limbs in the backyard that trying to get them burned down. I've got tubs full of sticks and branches and stuff so that we can always have a fire if family comes over. But we've got a couple of piles just in the backyard that just needs to go away, so we just slowly burn it up. This is the 14th roll in the second half, and another pretty old one, 1940. Philadelphia again. Pretty cool. I'm getting more than I sure thought I was the first portion of this box of nickels, that's for sure. But I'm disappointed in myself. I just looked at my calendar and I realized I missed the coin show. There was a coin show here in town Saturday, and I had every intention of going to that. I'm telling you, it never, ever crossed my mind on Saturday. And I didn't even think of it now until it's just like, oh, I just saw it there. Like, unbelievable. I told a few of you guys, I said on one of my videos I was going to be there, so if you were there and I missed you, I apologize. 7 rolls to go left in the box, and there is silver number 3. I don't know how long it's been, Philadelphia, since I've gotten 3 silvers. 43 Philadelphia. That is so cool. Look at that. 45, 42, 43. Wow. Plus I got a buffalo. Man. This box started out so slow. I just thought this is going to be terrible. And it has really, really, come on. Golly. I've got things to settle, and I've got my cousin's estate will settle here pretty soon. We'll be done with it, and I'm hoping to sell this old car I've got and buy a new one at the end of the year or the first of the year. That looks like an old one. Oh, 1949D. Cool. But anyway, what I really, really am hoping I'm going to be doing after the bad weather of January and February is I want to go to some other states. I'll call ahead to different banks and order some coins. I want to get out, mess around. I haven't traveled much the last few years with all the moving and stuff that I've done. And I want to go to some different places and order pennies and nickels and half dollars mostly. Mostly pennies and half dollars. I'll get some nickels too while I'm out. But those are what I do. I like the nickels. I love the Wartime silver. But I seem like I do more with pennies and half dollars. But I don't know. Maybe I'll be doing more with nickels. Maybe I'll get out somewhere in some obscure little area and find a bunch of 2024 nickels. That would be cool. 1 roll to go after this roll. Here's a 1954. Not in the best of condition. It's a D. I was born in 1960. 15 years after the Great World War II. Not that it was a great war. No wars are great. But, you know, I grew up during the Vietnam era war. I didn't think the year 2000 was ever going to get here. I was going to be 40 years old that year. Oh, there's a 52. Philadelphia. Nice. Anyway, what is that? 64. I'm now 64 years old, and I'm telling you, when I was a teenager, I never in my life would have thought that I'd have heard a man in his 60s say that something's cool. And I here I am, and I use it all the time. Cool beans or whatever. What a world. I looked up cool a minute ago. One of the meanings is fashionable. Folks, when I say something's cool, it never has anything to do with fashionable. I got to tell you that. I suppose it's an evolving word, or I'm misusing it or something. Look at this, folks. This is a pretty good box. I got a buffalo nickel. I don't know the year, but I got 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, and then I got the 3 silvers. I think it was a 42, 43, and 45. What is it? Yeah. Oh, 47, 48, 49, 51, 52, 54, 56, 59, and a Canadian nickel. That's not bad at all for one box, especially the 3 silvers. That's unbelievable. Well, let's open the next box and see what we got in there. Well, I didn't find any keepers in the first roll, but I did find a couple of 2023s, so that gives me hope that I got a shot at a 2024 anyway. It's almost 11 p.m. I think I'll do about 2 more rolls, then I think I'm going to hit the hay. Well, in those 2 rolls, I found a 48, a 51, and a 56. Good night, folks. Good morning. I thought I would go through a couple of rolls while I was waiting for my coffee to get brewed. And in the 6th row, I find a silver. Philadelphia. 1944. How about that? Not in the best of shape, but it's still 35% silver. All right. There must be, somebody must have bought up boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes from the mint of the 24s, because they're just so hard to come by. You know, they made a whole lot more 2024s of nickels, Philadelphia and Denver, than they did NIFC half dollars, yet I found a whole lot more of those. Isn't that weird? Oh, it's a 1941. San Francisco, is what that says? I believe it is. Yeah. Cool. Well, that's neat. It's a good roll. It's a pretty nice 1960 there. I also understand they made, you know, billions of nickels the last several years, so you got to weed through those too. I tell you, folks, this right here is one reason why you should still consider hoarding nickels. Not all the nickels right now, all the regular nickels are worth 5.3 cents each, you know, so they're worth slightly more than the actual face value. That's why I don't keep all of them. I mean, you could just go pay hundreds of dollars and just put your boxes away. I still limit mine to the older ones for my personal collection. But then I find the silver ones as well. And these are worth just under $2 a piece in the silver content right now. So, and here, I can't believe it. I found 4 today, and I'm still got most of the second box to go through. I still might find another one. I'm in the 9th roll now. And here is a 1938. Boy, it'd be amazing to find an S someday. Or a D. It's always Philadelphia. Still pretty fun. I was just responding to a message that I got from a earlier video. They said that they had not gotten a 2024 yet. I've only found one. There's a 57. Did I see that? Yeah, 1957 Denver. Cool. Add that to my hoard. And I just, to me, it's kind of odd that I know that there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of nickels made from the other years, but there are over 66 million 2024 nickels made, D and P. And you'd think that you would find one occasionally. You find NIFC $50, which they only made, 1.5 to up to maybe 4 million. But you find them, you'd think that it'd be a 2024 occasionally. I know a few people are finding a few, but has somebody found a way how to get them from the mint, just buy boxes and boxes of them? I don't know. I've gone through quite a few boxes, not as many as some, but I'm surprised that I'm not finding at least a few more. Right at the end of this row here, I find a 1942. Let's check it out. Oh, apparently this one's not silver. Well, that's a bummer. 1942. I am reading the biography of Josephus, Flavius Josephus. Second time I've read it. I really enjoy this book. I'm now in the 19th row, and here's a 1946 to add to my hoard. I guess it's just a dot. I don't think that there's a letter there. So I'm guessing that's a Philadelphia. One of the reasons I'm reading the Josephus book again is because the study I'm engaged in on Sunday afternoons with a few people we're studying the book of Revelation. We're going through a commentary about Art Ogden. I think he originally wrote it in 1985-ish. And it's concerning the destruction of Jerusalem. That's what the book of Revelation is mostly about. And anyway, Josephus was a great historian of that time. 20th row, and here's a 1941. Pretty old nickels. Philadelphia. The first 2 verses of the book of Revelation says it's written in sign language and it's going to shortly take place. I think the evidence shows that the book was written around 68 AD. A lot of people say it's 96. I don't think that that's correct. And it shortly took place. It was just 2 years later it took place. The majority of it. I just came across a 1940 Philadelphia. I'm getting some pretty old nickels this couple of boxes. Been a while since I have found a V-nickel though. Golly. Pretty long while. I'm now in the last row of the first half of this box. And another 1946. Another Philadelphia. Well, I'm finding some pretty good old ones here. What's that? Oh, 1953. It's in pretty nice shape. Oops. And I just dropped it. Denver. That's a good one. Quite a few 2023s, but no 24s. Today is the beginning day of my wife's Thanksgiving preparations. I think today she makes all the cornbread and biscuits for making dressing. Tomorrow, the turkey. I just opened up this first row in the second half, and I noticed back there, where'd it go? There it is, a Canadian. 2006. Okay. Oh, our turkey that I bought this year isn't as big as we normally would do, so we're going to do a turkey and a ham this year. Well, now I'm in the second row, and here is another old one, a 1939. It's always Philadelphia. Still fun to find. We think we've figured out that there's nobody that's coming that's going to make a pumpkin pie, and we got a few pumpkin pie fans, so I think I'm going to run up to the grocery here in a few minutes and pick up a pumpkin pie or two. I'm pretty sure we've got pecan pie coming, and in fact we even have another one in the freezer if we need it, but no pumpkin pies yet. I'm not the biggest fan personally, but that's all right. Look at this, folks. The 10th row into the second half, and I find another one. This one is S, 1945. Golly, that's my fifth one in these two boxes. That is pretty neat. Yeah, man, that is awesome. That's why I like doing nickels. I'm back from Kroger. $55 more I spent getting stuff for us and my mom too. She needed a few things. I like Kroger. We take advantage of their sales and all that, but you got to watch them like a hawk. I guess lots of places are like that. I'll tell you the little story in the next row. Okay, well, it's actually a couple rows later. But here's the 1954 I found. Thought I'd stop here. D, 54 Denver. Anyway, they have sweet potatoes on sale for 25 cents a pound. So my mom wanted some. I like to get some for us when they're on sale. And I went up there, and there was a big display, but it said yams, 25 cents a pound. I thought, oh, well, okay, that works, I guess. And I got two pretty good-sized bags of them, and I took them up to the register. And so I thought, well, that's how they had them advertised, so I put in yams. And then I weighed them, and they charged me $1.99 a pound. And I'm like, how many people don't catch this? So I called the lady over. And she goes, oh, you didn't put the right code in. It's like, well, I put in yams. That's what the advertisement was on the, right there in front. It said yams, 25 cents a pound. Oh, but this stuff, it happens all the time. I mean, I'm always watching the register because it seems like every time I go up there, not every other time I go up there, I feel like I'm having them change the price because some sale, one thing it says it's on sale, but it doesn't show up on sale. And all they have to do is go, oh, well, we're sorry. I guess it didn't get put in the computer or what. How easy is it to always say that? They offer good sales, but they also know that a lot of times you're going to pay the regular price because they're going to accidentally not have it in the register yet. My goodness, folks, look at this. 9 rolls to go. That is a 1939. Look what good condition that is. Man, oh man. Oh my goodness. It's worn just enough that you don't really see the steps on the Monticello, but I tell you, that is in amazing condition for a 1939. That one's worthy of a 2x2 flip for me. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep that one in that condition. That's nice. Man, that's really nice. Oh, grocery shopping. You know, I can remember just a couple years ago, Breyers used to brag about their clean, what was it, 58? Denver, I believe that says. It's 58. About how clean their, vanilla was, just a couple ingredients. So I went up there to grab a couple boxes today. It's buy one, get one free. And it's not clean anymore. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen. That Bluebell used to have clean stuff, and it's got high fructose corn syrup in it now. Unreal. Anyway, good clean ice cream should have like 3 or 4, vanilla should have like 4 ingredients in it, and it had like 14 or 20. Oh, it's so frustrating. Pretty nice. With 4 rows to go, here is another 1939. This is another filly, of course, but it's not in as good a condition as the last one. But that's still pretty cool. I'd say these boxes have turned out to be a couple of good ones. Waiting on the word from my brother. He's bought him a new house, and he wants us to help him move a refrigerator. Well, 2 rows to go, and here's a 1946. Philadelphia. I also picked up a couple more from the 50s in the last couple rows. 2 rows to go. We'll be done. And now 1 row to go, and here's a 1940. Another Philadelphia. Oh, is that an old one? No, 64. I mean, it's kind of old, but... Okay, folks, here's a wrap up. I got 2, nothing in the last row, by the way. 2 Canadian nickels. I got 1 Buffalo nickel. It may be a 17, but I'm not positive. The date is mostly gone. I got 5 from the 30s, and one of them being amazingly nice. I tell you. All right, and I've got 17 from the 40s, not counting the silver, 18 from the 50s, and 5 Wartime silver nickels. That's really good for 2 boxes, I gotta say. And that puts my silver count for the year of 2024 at 160. Pretty cool. Oops. Well, we'll wrap it up there. I tell you, in my opinion, still very worthwhile hoarding nickels. You can hoard all of them if you want to, but I don't personally want to tie up all my money, so I keep all the old ones. I've got almost a full box full of them, and some super nice stuff along the way. I got a couple of rolls of Buffalo nickels. Most of them don't have a date. And you get some just super nice coins along the way, too. Every now and then you find a proof. You get your silver coins. You make your own decision, but to me, it's still a worthwhile venture. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time around. I got a box of pennies I'll get started on probably tomorrow.